Hello and welcome back to another painting video. Today we're going to be painting Shang-Chi from Marvel Crisis Protocol. As you can see that we've already slap chopped him with a dry brush of gray and white over a black primer. And we're going to get started on this guy and see how we can get him to look good. I'm really excited about using him in my army, in my lists. So yeah, let's attempt some skin first. We're gonna start off with some Ushabti bone. If I can find it somewhere. Oh, you know, I don't have Ushabti bone. Let's try, you know what, we're gonna try we're gonna try a skeleton horde. Like a nice kind of sepia bone color as our first go around. And then we're gonna adjust from there. So let's get this nice and put on there. And just clean it up and prevent it from pooling as much as possible. And then we'll go to the hands, which are in gloves, they look like. So we can do this. I really enjoy the Shang-Chi movie for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I know people don't like it that much, but I really enjoy it. I think it's probably the best of their newer movies for sure. It's like the best one out of the bunch. Oh, wait, is his arms bare too? I think I'm gonna put a shirt on him though. I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna try like a black undersuit. So let's go to our Black Templar contrast paint. And we're gonna use this for his pants. His pants are green in the comic book, I believe. But I really want to kind of throw it back a little bit to the movie. I do like the MCU suit. So we're just gonna kind of go this route with it. And see how it turns out. Nothing's permanent, right? It's all paint. You could always just change it back later. Especially since it's black, we could just slap chop over the top of it again. There's nothing stopping us. So then for the arms, I'm going to, instead of painting his skin, I'm gonna go here and here. I'm just gonna thin that out by going over it with a drier brush after to clean up any pooling that might be going on. It is extremely windy outside. I think I'm gonna give him red gloves, possibly. Oh, I know they're gonna, it's whatever color that is. So I think that's gonna be gold, but we'll see. So just get this other arm. The ring on his arm there is in the way, so we're gonna have to probably hit that with a white again if we're gonna use a contrast on it. So just keep that in mind as you're painting around the model. Okay, and then really quick, while we're here, we'll get our brown. So we're gonna get this, where are you? A Wildwood contrast paint that I think would be good for this. If I could find it. I am pretty organized, I just don't know where things are. You're like, that means you're not organized then. well, you know, dogs barking at the wind. So we got Wildwood contrast paint. And we're gonna get the wood of the nunchucks. You could make these steel if you wanted to. It's another valid nunchuck color. You can make them orange as a throwback to Michelangelo. That would be kind of cool. Now I'm kind of regretting not painting them orange, but here we are. So there's that. And then we're gonna go to Gore Gruntifer for the boots probably. Get a nice brown boot on there. Nothing wrong with brown boots. A lot of fancy people wear brown boots. You could even, if you wanted to, maybe go black with the boots and just tie it into the whole uniform here. But we're going brown just to add some visual interest and just breaking up this area so it's not just like a big black blob, which, you know, if that's what you want and that's what you want to go for it. No one is stopping you. This doggy is barking at the wind. She hasn't lived through crazy wind, but that's not true. She has. So she's just crazy. Just cleaning up some of this spot. Sometimes when you use contrast, it dries and pulls away from the model. I don't know what causes that, but I do know what happens. So there. Now we're gonna do the belt, which is a green. We use this Warp Lightning contrast paint. I think it'll be a nice, vibrant green for him. Just try to get it onto the belt. This belt part is kind of annoying because it's really kind of flimsy. Just like their modeling is good. Like I like the model. Like the model looks good, but the poses that they put them in sometimes, like there's a lot of tactical rock situation going on. A lot of unbalance, especially if you go to like back to the older models, like the Doctor Strange and the Scarlet Witch. Those models are very weirdly posed. Hey, 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 hey. Evie, stop it, please. Mama. And then, you know, the other complaint that I have about them while I'm on my soapbox, you know, they don't include instructions on how to build the models with the models, which is like, you're selling models. Put the instructions in the book. We're gonna go to a red, Blood Angels red for the coat. Like your models, like, what are you doing? Give us instructions. And then they're online, and then people can say, oh, it's because they're trying to save, you know, trees and stuff. Bullshit. Like, pardon my French there, but they're not, because they print the cards in so many languages and include them in the thing. We don't need 100 languages of the cards. Now, some of you may disagree, but I would rather have printed instructions over 1,000 language cards, because if you're gonna include all of those for every set, you know where you're shipping your models to, like, you know where you're distributing them from. So maybe the distributor in Spain has them in Spanish or Portuguese or whatever. And then maybe the ones in France, those distributors, those are the French ones. You don't need to give the French ones to people in America. And if you want them, you can buy them separate. But in order for this game to be accessible, you need to have instructions for the game that are easily available. And the website is not easily available, especially since it's like the newest stuff is on like the last page, towards the last page anyway. Like you have to dig for the guys that you want to find. And that's a whole nother like annoying thing, right? You're trying to build a model, and then you have to search a website to find the instructions for it. And that's just not a good customer player experience, in my opinion. But hey, look, at the end of the day, I'm gonna buy the models anyway, so who cares what I have to say? Like, really though. And I'm just like a guy on YouTube with like 200 people following me. I'm not some big channel that has any sort of pull or anything like that. So it doesn't matter, but you know, it's just a thought. Okay. So let's get the tips of these gloves red. Maybe he takes a page out of Deadpool's book where instead of he doesn't want to see himself bleeding, he doesn't want to see the blood that he gets from other people or some cool shit like that. That's my Shang-Chi story. And then we'll just get, is it the whole, it's weird. Oh no, it is the whole top. I was like, wait. I thought it was like something different going on here than there is, and it could just be my gluing or that these two hands are different, but we're putting the red on there. Okay. And then while we're here, we'll go back to the black to get his hair. Because we do have black hair for Shang-Chi. Leave the white in there to give him that Mr. Fantastic white peppery hair. Make him an old Shang-Chi. Just being careful in there. Making sure we only get the hair and not the clothes. Okay, now we're gonna go into gold. We're gonna use this Hope Light Gold. And this is going to go on his chest piece here, these little details. Like that. Same thing for the arm here. Put that on there. Put it on this arm. These like dragon scales. Gotta get the back of the collar there. And then we're gonna try for these little rings. We gotta get in there, gotta get the bottoms of these. Almost forgot. And then now we'll go for the rings on his arms here. And the good thing about this gold color is that it does go over black. Maybe a little too well because we are hitting our black paint there. Which to fix that we can just go in with some dark gray. And just clean up those arms a bit. So just kind of go here and then ride the side. And then here do the same kind of situation. We can mix a little bit of white into it to give us kind of an off color, and then we can just kind of get the creases and stuff in the pants just to add some more depth to the color here, some more dimension to just the plain black paint that it had on it. And then we're gonna take our Reichland Flesh shade and we're gonna go over the face with it and the skin just to kind of tone it down a little bit more, or add more like pinky tones into it. Those guys. Let me just fix that. And then we will go into gunmetal for the chain of the nunchuck of our fellow chucker. And then we're gonna go for the eyes. I should probably get a more pointy brush. Hopefully I have one. Okay, it's pretty pointy. So we're gonna take our white paint, put a little dot down on our palette here. And then we're gonna go in there. Just, oops. And if we get it onto an area that we don't want, like right there, we have to dry our brush and pull it off. And go back in. And then we'll just get our black gray that we put down earlier, a second ago, and use that to dot the eyes. So we're just gonna go here. I don't think I got enough white in there because it's not really showing up here. So we're gonna go back. Going back, it's a delicate game here. So we have one there. We have it there, so we have our eyes dotted. Looks a little psycho right now. We go back into our black. Put one dot there. One dot there. And we'll clean up the face with a tan color that I have on my palette just to clean up around those eyes a bit. Okay, I think that's probably as good as it's gonna get. As usual, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. But here's our Shang-Chi for Marvel Crisis Protocol. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.